Alright, so this is part 2 of my ECX build. We're going to be going with a bigger brushless motor, so this time it's going to be a Mongoose 10.5, Mini T aluminum shocks, Novak 0.5 mod pinion gears, and some Losi Mini T bearings. Alright, so get the body off, get cracking on the teardown. So what we're going to be doing now is cutting the tie wraps, holding all those leads together. Want to remove the speed controller, so we're going to disconnect the lead going to the receiver, and we're done there. Now we're going to take both wheels off on this side just to show you what it's going to look like to get the bearings on. For the front wheels, you're going to pop off the plastic bushings that are already in there, and now we're going to add the bearing in both sides. Same front for both fronts, should I say. Push it down with the screwdriver, make sure we're in. And now we're going to make our way to the back. So here we have one screw holding the upper control arm. That's going to allow us access to the axle carrier. Same thing there. You're going to have two plastic bushings that were replaced with the bearings. Start to reassemble. And bearings on all four corners should help with some of the speed that I'm trying to achieve here. Alright, so Mini T shocks. These don't come pre-filled from the factory, so you're going to have to fill them. I've done so on the side. It's like every other shock. Add oil, play around with them, make sure you get all the air bubbles out. So yeah, one screw at the bottom, one screw at the top, and get the stock shock out. And we're going to do the opposite, reinstall it. Probably been easier if I'd have put taking the wheels off, but I figured I could still manage to slide it in, so I did without taking the wheels off. For ease of installation, you might want to take the wheels off. So front, you have same, one screw on the lower control arm and one up on the shock tower. Alright, so same thing, and reassemble with the aluminum one. So here I was just verifying they're using the closest holes to the chassis, not the far side. I'll make sure you got both front, left, and right. Same position on those shock towers, or else you're not going to have the same ride height. Alright, so nice and smooth. Take the tire back off. Now we're going to get the, transmission cover removed so we can get access to the motor. Maybe taking that off. Like I said, we want to go with the larger Mongoose 10.5. Pinion had already been shredded because it was plastic. So 2 screws gets our motor out. So we'll have to decide for another build. And get cracking on opening the Mongoose. So this is a censored motor. Not sure if you guys noticed that fourth lead. Alright, just a quick size, make sure it fits. And I'm going to screw in the motor. Just nice and snug for now. Don't worry about the pinion and spur mesh a little bit later. So make sure to put the grub screw in. And now we're going to start reassembling the back wheel. So the axle pin, rim, wheel nut. And now we're ready to throw the speed controller on. So I got rid of all the little plastic, or not plastic, but the paper warning on those leads. You use two-sided silicone tape. It's a pain to get undone, but it works very well if you can get that plastic backing off. So I'm going to smush that in between the shock towers and the RX. Make sure it leads in the throttle port. Alright, so through the shock tower, we're going to connect the motor. We're going to do the same with the sensor wire. Feed that through. Plug back into the speed controller. And now pretty much all we got left is to solder the battery connectors. So I already had not Dean, sorry. I had Traxxas connectors on the battery, so we're going to follow suit and do the same for the speed controller. Everything's already be pre-tinned. We need a little bit of heat, and we're done. And now a positive. All right. So they're nice and secure. Push that through the Traxxas connector. They're locked up and ready to go. All right, so we're going to power it on. Once you're ready to go. A lot more responsive. Quite a bit more torque. So we should be ready to do some radar testing soon. Guys, thanks for watching. Please thumbs up and subscribe.